What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the No Script Podcast, and today we are back. No intro needed. You guys know the man. Welcome back, Robert.
Howdy.
Rubertino.
Let's
Francis.
go. Ha!
Woo, yeah,
Are you going to edit in the clapping? Yeah.
And the crowd goes mild. Well, thanks for coming, Rob. Let's get straight into it. I got some crazy things to talk about. We're talking current things. We're talking personal life. We're talking business.
We're talking past things. We're talking sad things. We're talking terrible
Future
things. We're talking
chill, dude. It's all right. I want to get straight into it, Rob.
Yeah, hit me.
Something absolutely wild happened at Alcatraz when I went with Brittany. And I just have to get your input on this. I know you're not the biggest believer of ghosts, things like that, right?
Yeah, the supernatural, I don't necessarily believe in, no.
I also am in a place where I like to believe because it's cool to see things like this. It's cool to hear stories of like, oh, wow, that's cool that might have happened.
I want to be disproven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't believe. It's not that I believe. It's that I'm open. I'm open-minded to hearing
Yes,
about
exactly.
things.
Yeah.
But there's certain things you just can't deny.
All right, dude, show me this proof.
And there's certain things you can't deny when you were there yourself.
Sure. All right. You've become a believer because you saw something.
I hope we've come far enough in our friendship that if I tell you something happened, that it really, like, you could trust, you're like, okay, I believe it.
I've heard a couple of your business ideas.
Regardless of my business schemes. Let me just tell you the story, and then I'll have Armand put the photo up for you guys to see as well. Don't put it up yet, because this is, you got to hear the backstory, right?
All right, yeah, hit me.
So Brittany and I were in Alcatraz for a 2-year anniversary, right? And
what a place to go. My man, the king of romance. Baby, we've been together 2 years. You know what? I'm going to take you to prison. Yeah. The worst prison known in the United States.
Doesn't get much worse than this.
I'm locked up in this relationship and we're locked up together.
All right. Terrible way to start, but okay, we do. We're in Alcatraz, and Brittany, she'll take pictures of everything, right?
Yeah.
And she's going around, we're taking photos, we're doing Polaroids, we're doing regular photos, iPhone photos, everything. We come across the morgue on Alcatraz, right? It's like the morgue is already creepy enough, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And
is this where they buried prisoners that died within Alcatraz?
So that's the thing. Alcatraz was also at one point Native American territory.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And I'm not too sure. I don't want to give details that I'm not too sure about, but I know at some point the Native Americans were killed off the island.
Sure, just like the rest of America.
Right. And if you look around, there's signs on there that says, this is our land. Like the Native Americans were writing all over the land to claim their land, pretty much, right?
Sure.
So it wasn't obviously it wasn't a happy settlement of land, right?
They're taking over.
So the crazy thing, right? We come across the morgue, and Brittany just gets a really weird feeling. Sometimes Brittany gets these really weird feelings, right? Intuitions. She touches this near this staircase, this pole looking thing. She's just touching things around.
Is it stone, wooden, metal?
It was metal.
What is it? Okay,
it was metal.
So it's man-made.
Yeah. And she gets this is right next to the morgue. She gets these weird vein lines on her arm after touching it. It was really creepy. It's just kind of spooky, right? And so whatever, she takes her photos.
Got tetanus.
Right.
He's actually he's
already disproving it.
Yeah.
But get this. So she gets these weird feelings. She takes all the pictures of the morgue. We leave. We're off Alcatraz.
So she's taking pictures of her wrist.
So she did take pictures of that, right?
Right.
But that's regardless of the point.
That's not a part of the story.
It is. So she got a feeling there. We took pictures of everything. We leave. Few days later, we're at home. I'm in the bathroom. She's showing our friend Adam the photos of Alcatraz. She's just going through. Next thing you know, she screams and throws her phone.
No way.
And I was like, okay. So I come out and she's like, you got to see this. And I was like, what happened? She shows me a photo of the morgue, and there's a reflection of a woman behind her looking directly into the glass, into her phone, dressed in full Native American gear. And Brittany, when she was there were people behind us. This lady was not there. Regardless of that, Brittany is annoyed that this other woman walks into her frame. So you could see the woman that Brittany got annoyed about. She's just a blurry little real photo. But this Native American woman is a clear woman that is in the back. Armand, pull this photo up. Bro.
Wait, I'm going to put my glasses on.
Dude, We're double seeing ourselves right now.
Yeah.
If you could pull it up on a full screen, that would be better for us to see.
Keep killing time. I gotta work.
So,
Now, was there any like portraits? Was there any like totems in because it's Native American?
so listen to this. So what had happened after we realized we were doing research?
Yeah.
A Native American girl fell off a staircase near, like not near that, but like when she got that feeling was also near like all the craziness of Alcatraz, pretty much.
Right.
A Native American girl fell off the stairs and died somewhere right there.
No way.
And when you research this girl and everything, there's a whole dude. Look at this photo.
Get the fuck,
Dude. Can you zoom in on that arm?
What?
That would like you see the real person, right? Like the real person is obviously a blurry woman next to us.
No, I don't even see the real.
The real person's on the right, the very right. Like that blurry photo.
Oh wow! I didn't
So
even see
Brittany
the
was
blue
annoyed
one.
that this woman walked into her frame.
Wait, can you zoom in on that?
I don't even know.
Here, I'll pull it up on my phone. Dude,
What? That's crystal clear.
Look at this.
Yo, what?
Isn't that crazy, dude? You guys see this? Like this woman was
Get out
let
of here.
alone do they still see us, Armand?
Yeah.
So dude, let alone, right? Like so sure, it's creepy enough, but it's also dude, look what she's wearing. Like
No, that's like
a tourist on a national, like in a national monument is not wearing clothes like
it
this.
looks like pilgrimage clothing.
Dude.
I don't know how to explain that, honestly. Because I was gonna say like, oh, maybe it's like a totem or a statue. And maybe that would be a statue, but it looks so lifelike.
It's creepy. Now get this, right?
I don't do that. I would honestly, if I saw this picture on the internet, I'd be like, oh, that's just like somebody just photoshopped that in.
Dude, look at that.
That's wild.
And like it's like
It's so clear.
it's like standing and I'm getting chills. That's
it's
the morgue.
looking-
So that's the morgue inside right there.
That's the morgue.
That's inside the morgue. So this is like inside the morgue.
Well, that girl would be
Outside.
behind you.
Right, but I'm saying the pictures of the morgue, which is creepy enough, you
Yeah.
know? And get like, dude, look how her clothes basically become the morgue walls. Like it kind of just like everything kind of works well together. It's kind of spooky. And like no tourists, I don't want to disrespect any tourists, but like or anybody, but
Yeah.
like I don't personally
mean-
know any tourists. I also didn't see any tourists dressed like that over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of question that somebody would dress like that, but it is weird that I mean, she looks Native American, right? Her skin tone, looks Native American.
The hair.
The hair, I don't know. The only thing that's throwing me off is that dress, the garb. But still, I mean, it's not current day, you know.
And
wardrobe.
it's like, dude, one thing, like Brittany was waiting there for the person to move so she could take her photo. She would have seen that.
That's crazy.
Now get this, okay? A few days go by.
What?
Okay, you could take the photo away. It's creepy.
Well, now I want to draw pictures of the girl that actually died. you
So
know?
she was a young girl.
Okay.
And
Well, that girl is older. She's
so get this. The mom of the young girl looks like it could have been her mom.
no way.
So I don't know how like if when it comes to ghosts and stuff, can they get older after they pass away and like
or maybe it's
mature.
the mom or something. Yeah.
So the thing is also like the other creepy thing, there was like a reporter that went and reported on this or something, and his last name was Mills, which is Brittany's last name.
no way.
Which is kind of like it was something along the lines. I don't know the exact story, but someone there was last name Mills or something like that. And the other creepy thing is we were talking about this with my family a few days after we saw the photo.
Yeah.
Right as we're talking about it, Brittany's in her room at home. We're on FaceTime. Right when she hangs up, she calls me right back. She's like, you'll never guess what just happened. I was like, what? She saw a massive shadow come to her window and fly away like a bird, right?
Yeah.
She opens her thing. It's a red-tailed hawk,
What's that?
the Native American bird.
Oh, no way.
A really rare bird with a red tail, massive hawk, in front of her window and flies away right after she talks about this and shows my family. And my dad and mom, like they believe, like they're not big believers, but they're like, they believe there's energy, there's stuff like that around,
Christians, right?
They're not religious, but no, but I'm saying like there's energies, right? There's obviously like there might be multiple universes, there might be energies like
might be
around,
whatever, right?
you know,
Who
but
knows?
not like ghosts. I don't know, but regardless of that, they're like someone might be trying to talk to you, Brittany. You know, like there might be
That's
someone
great.
trying to send you messages.
You know what we should do the next time Brittany's here? Ouija. We need to do a Ouija
No,
board.
we're moving on. Let's
Ouija board summon.
But yeah, dude, there's no explanation for that photo, right?
That is, I mean, unless it was like the reflection of a portrait or something like that. But you would assume you
We're
would see the frame.
Dude. We're outside.
That's, I don't know.
Behind us was the ocean.
Dude, I don't know. I can't explain
Bro,
that
it's
one.
the ocean behind us.
Yeah, I don't know. That is wild.
So she did take another photo too. I don't have this photo. This one's also creepy. This is like some real ghost stuff.
Yeah.
There's this building in Alcatraz where, if I get the photo, I'll show you too.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
creepy. There's a building in Alcatraz where the workers, because the workers would live on the island, the guards, everything,
Sure,
would live on the
everyone
island.
just lives on there.
This building was blocked off. No one allowed there. And Brittany took a photo from far away, and in the photo looks like there's like almost like a demon looking thing in the mirror.
No way.
Like in the mirror looking out. Really, dude. This
in Alcatraz?
Yeah, on Alcatraz. Yeah, this is where the guards were, and it's blocked off to the public.
Wild.
And dude, just this whole place, like Alcatraz is known to be haunted. One of the most haunted.
You know what would be cool? Long form, like investigation pieces is if we brought a priest to Alcatraz, see if it could like hunt out any demons.
That's crazy. Yeah. And like, it's just, there's no explanation for
That is an
Looking
very interesting.
directly
Yeah, that
into
is
the camera.
that's a very interesting photo.
right, Armand? Isn't that kind of crazy?
I don't know.
It's
I
kinda
don't know how
creepy,
to
dude.
explain that one. I'm gonna be honest. Because usually it's like, oh, it looks like a speck, like, oh, whatever. Or like, you know, the Bigfoot pictures are just like blurry moose.
Or there's an orb or something, you know? where people
Yeah, it's
are
an
like,
orb or something. But that's like a very clear photo.
more clear than, like, you see what the real person looks like.
Yeah.
A
And
blurry, just, but this person is like just into the camera, dude.
which is, yeah, that's crazy.
Brittany texted me. I think she's watching. Oh, yeah. Okay. So look, this is the building. Brittany just sent me this. Armand, can I airdrop it to you?
Yeah.
So look at this. Yeah, Brittany's watching it right now too. So Rob, look, this is the building that the girl fell and passed away at.
Okay, hold on.
Is this the photo with the thing, Brittany? We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah, send me well, let me look at that just for context. Okay, there it is. So where were you on this photo? Tia?
We were. What do you mean? Where was I? We were
Like
where
when
the
you-
photo was taken.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, where the
on
morgue
picture?
was.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So the morgue is to the right of this. But
Oh,
that
so it's not
building
in that-
right there, go down.
Top left? Or?
Top left, I think, is where it happened.
Wait, bottom left? Top left.
Top left, I think. Let me see what
Keep
Brittany
going
said.
up, keep going up.
Yeah, so if you look at this top right window, dude, do you see this nun-like looking creature right there?
No.
Look right there. Look at that upside down frown with the eye.
See, that's the one where I'm like, that could be anything.
I mean, you could say the other one could be edited too, right?
No, I'm saying that's not necessarily edited. I'm saying that could be anything.
It
that
could be just like
you know,
a shadow of something.
a shadow or
camera
like a
glare.
tapestry that is like weirdly folded or
Right.
something. You know, you're super far away. But yeah, you're right. That first one is
So, I
that's
mean,
a little undeniable.
yeah. But okay, anyways.
Yeah, that is so. Oh yeah. Armand, do you see the bottom left building, top right window?
That's where
is
we're
what he's
looking,
talking
yeah.
About.
Bottom left building.
Bottom left
building,
building, the only
white
left building
building.
right there at the bottom, and then top right window of the building.
Can you zoom in on that one?
Top right, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Boom, 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 boom.
I don't know how well it's going to show on here, but if you guys look close enough, there's a nun-like looking top right.
Top right. So
The very right of the screen right now. With the shades.
half drawn.
The top, the right, the very right, very right.
That one.
Right there. Yeah. Zoom in on the bottom part of the window.
Yeah, I mean, see, for me, that one's a stretch.
I hear what you're saying.
But that first one is wild.
I know. No.
That's crazy. What do you think? Do you think it was a spirit?
I don't know. See, like the whole thing was like, because I was waiting for Brittany while she was taking her photo, and I was pretty much.
So you were looking at.
I was literally
Brittany.
right where that girl would have been.
Wow.
And the fact that the real person is blurry.
Yeah, it's
And
just
this
a
thing is
reflection.
just very clear.
Yeah, clear as day.
It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's just undeniable of like what it could have been, you know?
Right.
If it's a real thing, I can't deny it was a real spirit.
So
you know?
I'm literally trying to think of different scenarios how it wouldn't be that. Wouldn't be a spirit, wouldn't be a ghost, wouldn't be some, whatever. Because it's clearly it's not in the morgue. It's not a reflection outside of the morgue. Like you said, there's another person that has the reflection right there.
Yeah. And just the whole overall look of the person, you know? Knowing this
Wild,
was
dude.
Native American land.
That's crazy.
And my dad literally says, Kia, if you showed me this from the internet, I'd tell you it's photoshopped.
Yeah, I'll tell you it's fake.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Which I think it's great that Brittany got the photo, you know?
No,
It's
that's
like-
phenomenal. That's phenomenal that you got it. You
Yeah.
know?
They were like, they should have her send it in and be like, hey, can you look at cameras of that day and see if this person was there?
Oh, that's smart. Or like send it into one of those people that are like can detect if it's photoshopped.
Well, it's not Photoshop.
No,
We took the photo.
Right, I'm saying, but if you send it into like one of those authenticators and being like, hey, just make sure this photo's not photoshopped, and then you get the authentication back that
Gotcha.
it's not photoshopped.
You know what the other crazy thing is?
Yeah.
The first day that I tried to click on the photo and select the person, iPhone was not recognizing her.
No way.
But was recognizing the blurry
The
girl next to
reflection?
her.
What?
And then eventually, like somehow a few days later, it caught on, but it started selecting everything around her too. Which is creepy. Like the first day, dude, look at this. I'm getting goosebumps even saying that. First day, it was only recognizing that blurry photo.
That's so crazy.
It's just creepy, dude. It's just the whole thing was kind of creepy.
Yeah, I have the only thing that came close for me, and it's not even close. I don't even necessarily believe it was anything, but we were at the Queen Mary, which is like supposed to be a ghost ship down in Long Beach. And you can explore kind of everywhere, whatever, right? So we were trolling around, and there's this, I don't know ships, I don't know the terminology, whatever. But pretty much there's this area within the ship that is like, I don't know, for maintenance, cooling, whatever, right? But it's like this bay of water within the ship. And let's say it's, 12 feet, something like that. But on one of the voyages, a girl died. She drowned in that, like, in this basin of water. So we're going around, and I'm very much like an antagonist when it comes to this. I'm like, pull up my Ouija board as we're in the ship, I'm like summoning them to me. I'm like, come on, ghosts, whatever you got, come and possess me, show me your money, And throughout the entire thing, nothing's happening. We get down to this bay, and I'm recording it, and we're like, I don't know what we said. We were just like, hey, if anyone's here, we're about to go. Time's running out, and we hear this like shrill shriek or something, right? And we're like, yo, do y'all hear that?
Like a scream?
Yeah, something like that, right? I have it on video. I wish I could send it to you. But
Wait, you have the scream on video?
yeah, and we were like, oh, that's weird, right? And I was like, that's just somebody messing with us, whatever, right? So we end up, we stop it. Oh, there's also earlier in this journey, the whole attraction is it's a haunted ghost ship, and they give you like these ghost monitors on your phone. It's like a downloaded app, whatever. And throughout the entire thing, we had this, and nothing was popping up. Pretty much, I would say 15 minutes after we all pretty much uninstalled the app, that's when it happened.
Wow.
Which I don't think an app can tell, but whatever. So we get it on the app, or we get the recording. We all leave the ship, and then we listen back, and it's not a scream, but it's like a very shrill hello.
No way.
Yeah, it was wild.
Wait,
So,
oh my goodness.
so I don't know if it was anything. It could have been somebody else in the ship messing with us or whatever. But it's interesting that it happened at this point where somebody did drown, where it was a very,
The other interesting thing to think about is like Alcatraz is a national monument now. The Queen Mary is a museum.
Yeah.
And although you could probably stay there, right?
I think they have rooms.
But even to think about, like, these aren't just like, you're not just going into the woods, into some haunted place where people might be there scaring you. You know, like these are places that are ticketed. You go there. There aren't hired people. Like people were saying like, oh, what if it was just like part of the attraction to have like people dressed like Native Americans for the Alcatraz incident. Yeah. And I'm like, for it to be a national monument, for that to be a museum, the chances of that are much lower.
Well, also like that sounds like a lawsuit.
Almost impossible for that kind of situation.
Yeah.
For the Queen Mary, you could be like, sure, maybe somebody was messing with you.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to these places, it's like if something happens, it's kind of like something happens, you know? It's not like something was set up to scare you.
Yeah.
It's not like a YouTube video where like you fake.
Yeah. It's not a faked view or anything like that.
And I think coming from you after you saying you are a non-believer of this kind of stuff happening, I think that's even crazier to hear from you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't necessarily, I don't know what it was. That's all I'm saying. I don't necessarily believe it was a ghost or anything, but that photo you have, it's pretty inarguable.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's make it a little bit happier now. It's kind of creepy, but sorry for the past 30 minutes you guys have had to listen to that. Let's go into some more current stuff that's happening right now. You're not a big fan of basketball. I'm a big fan of basketball. March Madness is happening right now. Yesterday was a crazy upset. If you know anything about sports.
No, I haven't been watching it. I do know that they have the ranking. They have the percentage of like what team will win, what team won't.
And I don't think a bracket's ever been right 100%.
I think he stopped this now, but wasn't it Warren Buffett was like, hey, I'll give anyone $1 million if they can prove that they had the correct bracket?
I think there's still a lot of places offering a lot of money if you have a 100% bracket.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it's ever happened. And for like, think about it. It sounds very reasonable. It sounds like, oh, let's just get every game right. It's basketball, you know?
Right. Or even then it's like, all right, we get 10 people and we'll do like the best odds, the worst odds, the blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah. And if you told me for the past, 10 years, let's just say take the past 10 years. If you're like, will one person get it right in 10 years? I'll tell you more than one person.
Yeah, you're like, absolutely.
Right
like up to 100,000.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's crazy to think about like.
Nobody's really gotten it. Yeah, I wonder what the stats on that are, or if anyone has gotten. Let's look it up right now.
It's also like the upset. Like yesterday, Kentucky got lost, like a crazy upset with Kentucky. There was a video I saw because Oakland played against Kentucky, and there was a video of Oakland getting told the news that they're playing against Kentucky. With all the coaches and all the players in the room, and they're waiting to see who they play against. And Kentucky, and they all get up and start cheering. Like, they're like, this is our moment, you know?
No way.
And one of their guys hit 10 threes, which, I mean, dude, 10 threes.
Also, I just looked it up. There has never been a perfect March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild.
And dude, like Oakland with that kind of like, and then I was reading the comments. This was 3 days ago. Oakland got 3 days ago, I saw the video. The video got posted of Oakland getting told who they're playing. And people are commenting like, oh, this is Kentucky's going down. Kentucky's going down. I was like, oh, man, I don't know. And then they did it.
Kentucky went down. That's wild.
3rd seed against the 14th seed, I think.
Really, David slaying Goliath on that.
Dude. And, I mean, like today, like UConn played Stetson. And that was a very reasonable upset. Like, not an upset. That was a very reasonable score. 40-point win. Like,
wow,
the
that's
level,
crazy though.
The level difference but like to think that the worst team won. I don't want to say worst team because they won, but the lower ranked team won. It's kind of crazy to think that.
No, it's that I will say I don't watch sports, but that's what I love about like the NBA, NFL final. I don't know what they call them, but like it is that ability of unpredictability, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
it's like, even in, I mean, I'm going to draw on my interest, league sports, but it's like these top Goliath teams that haven't lost a match in, the past like 5 years are suddenly destroyed by the bottom tier team. It's
Do you think it's different when it comes to esports versus actual sports? Because not actual sports.
No,
and physical sports.
Well, I agree that physical sports are actual sports. Esports is just click.
Because the thing with like esports is like, you never know. There might be a kid that just decides to start playing and a year is probably the greatest.
Right, yeah.
But with basketball, there's so many like
You have to train a
younger
lifetime.
guys that you're like, we're going to watch this guy for 8 years, starting when he's in 6th grade because he's already 6'10". And we know he's going to be a great player. And like all these players are already like recruited to colleges before they're even in high school.
Oh, I think there's absolutely a massive difference between just pure athleticism. I mean, esports isn't athletic.
Which is why I'm saying I think upsets in esports are more fathomable
common.
than an upset in
yeah.
a sport like that. Because I mean, if you're already that great, you'll probably be on a better team. No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know how sports work, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it really boils down to is you have all, like, let's say 1,000 people that are the absolutely 0.001% skill level at what they do. And then they're all playing against each other. There's bound to be an upset because it's not like, the point spread is like one is, Kentucky quarterback, whatever starter. And then 100 is the other person.
Right.
It's more like it's 98 and 100, right?
Okay, yeah.
The skill level is so slightly different. It's not like even Steph Curry and whoever, like a no name that's in the NBA.
Yeah, it's true. No, that's true. Yeah.
But no, I love that. I love watching it because it is, there are elements of the unpredictability.
And it was funny because one of the Oakland player who did the 10 threes in the game, they interviewed him afterwards in the press conference, and he's like, look, I know I'm not making it to the NBA. I know I'm
Really?
Yeah, straight up. He says this. He's like, but I know I could compete with these kinds of guys. And I'm like, dang. And people are commenting, he just used reverse psychology to get into the
Now
NBA.
every NBA team is going to snatch him up. He's going to be like first round pick.
Dude, he's just throwing up some crazy shots, like getting the ball, fading away from like 3 feet behind the 3-point line and throwing it and making it.
You know what's ironic is after he's done that in March Madness and caused the upset, I bet he gets picked up on an NBA team.
He's going to get something, if not NBA, G League for sure. Like he's going to play somewhere.
Yeah, what's G League?
G League is the league under the NBA. It's like the development league for the NBA. And then
Do people watch those games?
I wouldn't say, I think NBA teams watch those games. So the thing was, like, I went to the Warriors game. Almost half the Warriors squad was injured. So they brought up a few guys from the G League to
way.
play on the actual team. So it's like the development league. It actually used to be called the D League, right? Why'd they call it the G League? Because of Gatorade? So
That's
they changed
so
it to the
funny.
G League. So it's like,
It's about to be the P League, Prime League.
so it's like the guys that aren't fully ready for the NBA, they'll go here. And if they get an opportunity, they'll get moved up. So there's like, let's say we have the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers. There's also, I think it's the Ontario Clippers, which is near where my parents live.
No
the
way.
Ontario Clippers are the G League. So the Clippers will watch, and if they're like, okay, this guy we could use on our team, they'll bring him up.
So what do you think is the probability? What's the team that guy played with that did 30? Upset Kentucky?
Oakland.
So if Oakland does really well, makes it Final Four, what do you think the odds are that he'll get picked up by an NBA team?
I mean, if he's the reason
Yeah.
all the way up until that point, I think the odds are, if he's just
Dominating
dominating the league.
just killing it.
Yeah.
Pulls a Caitlin Clark.
I just don't know if he has like, I don't know how tall. I think he's kind of short, dude. I don't think if I don't want to disrespect him. He hit 10 3-pointers and won a game against one of the top seeds. I don't know if he's like, I don't know anything about him. But we'll see. Like, because I mean, the NBA is a whole nother beast, dude. You know, like
like that's where you see that. You know, the point differential I was saying. That's where you get the 70s to 100s.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like the thing is, like a D3 player, D3, right? Take a bottom D3 player.
Sure.
They show up to a regular gym run. They're demolishing everyone.
Oh, they're killing.
And that's how it is. Like Division 3. Now take Division 3 versus Division 2. Division 2 is demolishing. I don't want to say every single time.
Right.
Sometimes it comes down to grades. Sometimes it comes down to opportunity.
Teamwork, just organization, coaching,
like, the thing is,
whatever.
like, I know players that are crazy players. They didn't have the grades to make it to D1. So they played D3. So there's like it's across the board. I'm just saying generally.
Yes.
D1 versus D3. You're looking at way better players. But then you go D1 and then you go like G League. And dude, these like if a D1 player showed up to the gym and a G League player showed up to the gym, if you know basketball, I think you'd be able to tell this guy is more developed on a more professional scale. So he's a G League player.
But arguably D1 players get picked up into the NBA, right?
Not really. Like all these guys are D1 in March Madness, and I want to check what percentage of like March Madness players make.
That's actually super interesting.
Like 1% going to the league. Because I mean, dude, there's so many players. You know, like the league only has a certain amount of players.
Players from March.
I think a lot of these players we'll just never hear about again.
Get picked up into NBA.
I'm curious.
How much impact does March Madness have on? It's not telling me.
It's not.
It just says these are from like 4 days ago, stuff like that, 7 8 days ago. It says March Madness features several NBA prospects.
That's what I'm saying. See, several. So there's like a very limited.
That's
why
so
when Brittany was
interesting.
going there, the whole Kentucky situation where like 5 or 6 of the players made it to the NBA was a huge deal.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so several prospects, but they likely won't get picked amongst first few picks.
Yeah. Huh. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the league is insane.
So who do they usually draft from? Is it the G League that they usually take from?
No, I mean, no, because G League players generally don't get drafted. I think they just get moved up, if I'm not wrong. It could be anywhere. It could be international players. It could be players that aren't even in March Madness. It could be there's players that we might not even hear about that are 4 years into a college that we don't even know about that have been getting recruited. You know, it's like they come from everywhere pretty much. International players nowadays are becoming a huge key factor.
Oh,
in
dude,
the NBA.
they're beast.
So yeah, no, it's kind of crazy to think how small, because if you think about it, right, 60 players get drafted, right? I think it's 30 in the first round, 30 in the second round.
Yeah.
Let's say 30 of them are international players. 30 people is a very limited number.
Well, you're saying each team gets 30 people?
No, the whole NBA.
Oh, that's all of the NBA is
Each
drafting
year,
30 people?
60. So 30 in the first round, 30 in the, right, Armand? Like, where are these players coming from? Either like overseas or small colleges or just
Family, bro.
yeah, or family. Like literally, like
LeBron's
dad
kid
played.
will probably get drafted into the NBA, right?
1,000,000,000%.
yeah. So I mean,
Is he good? Sure.
he's. I mean, he had a whole situation happen, right? Like he had wasn't it like a heart failure? What happened to him?
I don't know.
Something happened to him. Like
Stopped for, like,
his heart stopped, I think, or something. Right in his early days at USC.
Oh,
So he was out
shit.
for a while, and now he's coming back. So it's like, I mean, that's going to hold you back a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
The pressure of your dad being LeBron is going to hold you
This
back
is
a little
literally
bit.
Problem.
one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was like LeBron wanted to stay in the league, play with him, and then retire, right? Wasn't that like the plan?
I'm sure that was the plan.
And I'm sure, I still think LeBron is able to pull strings to make it happen.
It's not like a 10-day with like Cleveland. Or
LeBron's going to be like, hey, who wants me for my last year before I retire so you could sell all your tickets with my son?
yeah.
And I'll make an NBA team and I'll sign him.
Yeah, literally.
Pay him $30 an hour.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah.
LeBron goes from a $300 million contract to $30 an hour for his last season.
Yeah. I think he's a good dad. I think that, I don't know, I don't watch sports, but I can see him absolutely doing that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let me. Where should we move to next? This is kind of interesting. Okay, this is funny. This is really funny. This is like a quick little segment I wanted to get to. There was a Canadian teacher that got sued for selling the students' artwork.
Wait, what? Oh, like they made the artwork in the class.
Did you hear about this?
No.
I don't want to say terrible. Just picture a first grader drawing a human being on a piece of paper.
Sure. Just atrocious.
Like, and then the teacher is taking these, putting the student's name on it. So let's say like Robert draws some character and
you, Kia, sell it.
And IKEA sell it titled Robert something.
That's so funny.
And like, dude, I have like a video of like some of these guys, these drawings, and he's getting sued for over $1 million.
$1 million?
$1 million, 1.4 million, like Canadian, whatever their currency is. Yeah.
How much did he sell these things for?
I don't know what he was making. Dude, look at this.
Selling 7
Okay, yeah, it's terrible art.
Look, you guys got to see this. Oh.
No, you ain't gonna see that.
There you go.
It looks like bad NFTs.
Yeah, like
Now, and that's coming from me, which I can't draw better than that. But I'm
listed
also
at
not.
$151.
Well, how do they get to
Look,
$1 million?
This one was drawn by Olivia, and it's called Olivia's Creepy Portrait. like look at this. Like
How do they get to the $1 million mark?
I wonder if the problem was using their names.
I'm sure it was, or
And that was the easy
not
fix.
crediting
Like,
them
dude,
or something like that. I don't know.
like, would you sue as a parent?
No, why would I sue? I'd be
All
like,
the other
hey,
parents were suing, and they're like, "You want to come on board?"
maybe okay, yeah. If it wasn't suing him, if it was suing the school district, and they're like, "Hey, do you want an easy 10 G's?" I'd be like, "Well, I think
they're
I
getting-
guess I am emotionally hurt."
But I mean, that's kind of funny, right? Like, imagine like you're like, I don't know, like if your kid's teacher was selling your kid's artwork.
No, but on a realistic note, no. There's no way I would sue. Why would I? That's so
I'm saying that's kind of funny. Like look, little man, your artwork made it into someone's house. You know, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's dope. Especially if it's like, what, $100 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem was the names, which is an easy fix.
Easy fix. Yeah.
Robert's creepy photo.
Just creepy photo.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just change the name.
Yeah.
Just use your own name.
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Dog, let's talk about the Utopia.
All right, go ahead.
Let's talk about the Utopia.
All right, bring it to me.
All right, so for the past couple years or whatever, year north of San Francisco or south of San Francisco, between San Francisco and Sacramento, north of San Francisco, there's a big plot of farmland that supplies both San Francisco, Sacramento, whatever. And there's been this mystery investor that has been buying up massive swaths of farmland. And a lot of people speculated this was China trying to get closer to military bases, or like billionaires trying to build like secret underground survival bunkers, whatever, right? And all of these farmers were getting they're called honeymoon deals or sweetheart deals, where they were like, hey, you know what? We're going to buy your property above market value, and we're going to let you stay on the property for the next 20 years, and you can profit off of your farmland. So it's like
It's like a Shark Tank kind of deal.
literally it was the most bizarre thing, because they weren't immediately kicking them out. They weren't taking profit from their farmland. It was like, why do this? And this company spent $800 million buying up all of this farmland. Turns out it was the top billionaires in San Francisco out of these tech companies, and they're literally making a tech utopia. So it's not, it's not going to happen for the next, I don't know, decade or something like that.
Is that their way of getting into it?
Yeah, well, there's this one guy, I don't know his name. I'm sure you can reference it later, but he was just like, I love the atmosphere of San Francisco, this hunger to do startups, to create. I hate San Francisco. And so he was like, how do I get all of the goodness of San Francisco somewhere else? And so we pitched this idea secretly to all these like billionaire leaders. And he was like, we'll do it in secret. We'll start our own like little hedge fund company. Don't tell anyone. We're going to buy up all of this property. And then when we're ready, we'll launch it pretty much. And so, people started investigating whatever XYZ. They launched a site, but they're doing it now. So they're building out this city just for tech that is going to be away from San Francisco, and it's going to be like this tech utopia.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is that like the image of like flying cars with like crazy railroads that like...
Dude, no. I looked at because they just launched their site, and it's like all AI generated imagery.
I'm saying
of
like
course.
20 years down the line, it's going to be some wild.
Dude, I'm sure they were like, they made it just like a nice little neighborhood, but in their minds they're like flying cars. They're like underselling it right now. They're like, we don't want to be seen as crazy off like billionaires.
Interesting. Wow. This is all recent stuff going on?
The article just dropped like a couple days ago.
Was this any of this known, or was it like this is happening but we're not sure what's going on?
It was, that was a huge mystery up until a couple days, like a week ago.
How long was this a mystery for?
A year maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people legitimately, the CIA started looking into it because they thought this mystery company was just Chinese investors buying a property close to military bases so they could spy on U.S. military.
Wow.
So this company had the CIA, FBI, like all the government bodies looking into it, and it was just shrouded in secrecy. Isn't that crazy?
Imagine a billionaire having the CIA scratching their heads.
It wasn't just one billionaire. It was like
a network of
billionaires just hiding their capital.
That's insane.
Wild, right?
Wow, dude.
Blew my mind. So anyways, I want to bring that up to see if you've heard about it, but like it's so interesting that they never announced it. It was like the most kind of like interesting way to go about it. I'm sure they just wanted to like buy a property cheap or whatever, but if that was their goal, why give these farmers like their little honeymoon or the sweetheart deals of like, stay there, keep farming until we're ready. It's crazy.
That's so weird, right?
Right?
Like, it's just crazy to me to think that you have the government confused.
Yeah, they're like, what is happening?
It also shows the power difference you could have with money. Like,
dude, easy. And they sent so far they have spent, and this is completely undeveloped. This is just purchased land.
Let me guess.
Yeah,
is it in the B's?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's 800 million.
Hey, I was gonna guess like 1.2. That's close.
That's close.
Wow.
But it's the size of San Francisco.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wait, where? Is there just a bunch of undeveloped land up there?
It's farmland. Yeah.
Is that like near? No, where's Palo Alto? That's more.
Let me look it up right now because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna type in Tech Utopia.
That's crazy though.
I don't know where it is.
That's crazy. On the topic, I have some more we could get into.
Okay, it's between San Fran. I don't know.
All right, let's discuss this.
Oh wait, real quick. Look at this. The AI generated imagery. It's like.
Is that what it was? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Can you see that?
Turn your brightness down a little bit.
Okay. It's like almost like Italy-esque. Yeah. Anyways, super interesting. I wonder how they're going to do it.
And then so let's talk. I want to talk like I already told you this story. I told him this story, but I want them to know this story about the helicopter with the really rich. So here's what happened. A few weeks ago, I'm booking a helicopter to be able to film this video we're filming. And me, Adam, and Brittany are supposed to get on this helicopter, right? So we go the night before. I book a helicopter. Everything's confirmed. And they're like, all right, come through tomorrow. We'll be there at 11, right? And they call me at like 8 or 9 a.m. They're like, hey, so we saw you have a booking. We're going to have to cancel this booking.
And you're like, yo, what? This is last minute.
And I was
Right.
like, yeah. I was like, what? No, my friend leaves tomorrow. We need this video film. He said, we just don't have pilots. I was like, okay, I don't know what to do then. So I call another company. Thankfully, they do last minute bookings. We go there. As we're walking, we're literally out of the hangar, walking towards this helicopter. And the guy's like, how'd you hear about us? I was like, oh, well, we had this other company booked. I'm not going to name names, but he's like, we had this other company booked and they canceled on us. He's like, I was like, what?
You know, like one of those things where it's like, obviously they're trying to get you to ask what, be like,
What does that mean?
And you're like, all right, what? Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they had a fatal crash. I was like, what? And I was like, yo, why are you telling me this before we get on the helicopter?
They're like, no, not our helicopter.
I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. If we're going in the air, you're not telling me this before.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just, it's crazy. He's like, I was like, what happened? And this was a little bit like, this was the day of the Super Bowl when it happened. And it was like the 3 richest men of Nigeria, and one of which owns the biggest bank out there. And I guess just flying in bad weather condition and just crashed. But
Wild.
I don't know if there was like conspiracies around of like this was a hit or what exactly happened. But like just to think that like the helicopter you were gonna get on
That's wild.
is
no longer existing.
yeah. Dude, it's scary to think that the reason there's no more pilots for you to get on is because the pilot passed away.
That's
crazy,
wild.
dude. And we did that same company. We got on that helicopter.
Oh, like they test flew you?
A year before for me and Brittany's 1 year.
No way.
Same company was that one, yeah.
And
And between that span is when that situation happened.
that's terrifying.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
Well, thank God that worked out for you.
I know, like I mean, helicopters. It's just with helicopters, any kind of flying. I hate flying pretty much.
Planes I'm cool with, unless it's a Boeing operated one.
Which we should talk about. What's been going on with Boeing, dude?
I have no idea. I don't know how they've fumbled continuously for the last like 4 months. It started with the door, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows about the door flew off, whatever. But every month it seems like they're failing.
Not even every
Every few
other
days.
day,
Yeah, they're in the headlines being like, Boeing isn't doing the screws right on this. Boeing isn't doing
has to land unexpectedly
right
in Atlanta.
54 planes are going back to the hangar because the soldering, the whatever metal sealing wasn't done correctly.
And to think one of the guys that was the inspector for this dies
Wild.
a month ago or so. Right before he goes to court to talk about everything that's wrong with Boeing, right?
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
And
that was definitely a Boeing murder for sure.
dude, it's insane to think like.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but before he was set to testify, all of that stuff, he told his family and friends, everyone he knew in his close circle, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to testify. If I die, this is not suicide. I am not suicidal. If I die, it is murder. I am not
he
suicidal."
really said that?
Yeah. There's like his friend is on record saying it, his family's on record being like, yeah, he told us if he dies, it's not suicide.
That's crazy, dude. That's
Wild.
crazy. Yeah, man.
It's wild that can happen in America where these corporations can just murder someone. And I mean, I'm sure there's an ongoing investigation, but I doubt anyone's going to get in trouble.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
Anyways, is that time?
Whew. I think that's time.
Yeah, that was a fun podcast, though.
I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, Rob, for coming. Thank you, Mr. Armand, behind the camera. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Big shout out to everyone who's a member on this channel. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you're not a member, hit that join button, become a member. Members get all kinds of exclusive access. You guys get to watch behind the scenes of my long forms. You guys get really cool emojis to talk to people in the chat. When you guys leave a comment in the chat, I will see it first. So make sure you guys become a member. Subscribe. See you guys on next week's episode. Peace.